Hello everyone, welcome to the Blown Awish YouTube channel. My name is Natasha, and today I wish you a Merry Craftsmas. I'm actually recording this a day after Christmas, and this is not coming out until probably like tomorrow evening, so a bit late, but hey, it's the thought that counts. So as you can see, today we're not actually on Victoria 2, right? We're not even in a game actually. If you read the title, you know what we're gonna do here. I'm ranking all the pops in Victoria 2, including the surf that's not even in vanilla. At least I'm pretty sure it isn't. I've been playing modded Vicky 2 for so long, I genuinely forget sometimes. This was originally going to be a Victoria 1 video, but as I was playing the game, I found out it's like genuinely unplayable. Technology has progressed so much in the past few years, where Victoria 1 is just genuinely unplayable now. It gives me a headache just looking at it for too long. So yeah, getting back to the point of the video, we have the Aristocrat right here. The Aristocrat is so useless that I genuinely don't know what it does. Maybe it gives like a bonus to RGOs, I think. It's like you will never have to worry about them ever. Your country already most likely starts out with them, and you will never have to worry about them again. I'm getting an F tier solely for the Aristocrat because this guy sucks. Now we have artisans. Honestly, artisans are alright, but they fall off so quickly. It's like you'd gain a lot more if they were any other pop. After the first few years, they just sit around doing nothing for you. They're just dead weight. They do pay taxes and produce goods, so I'll put them in B tier. Bureaucrats are some of the best pops you have in the game, right? They do wonders to make your focuses more effective. However, they are pretty expensive, so they're not exactly an S tier. I'd say they're more of an A because they are good, they are pretty essential for your country, but they don't do very much, and at the same time you have to pay them quite a bit of money. We have the infamous capitalists. Recently, I've been seeing a lot of people say that the capitalists are actually good, especially on the Victoria 2 subreddit, but honestly, I think they're wrong. I think if you don't like micromanaging the economy in the slightest on a game about micromanaging the economy, I think I should probably find another game to play. It's like you got so many other modern paradox strategy games that are so much easier to get into and have so many other mechanics that aren't the economy. Listen, it's fine if you want to play R4, it's fine if you want to play CK3, it's fine if you want to play EU4, but why are you on Vicky 2 then? Yeah, rant aside, they are pretty useless, I'm gonna be real with you. I won't put them in F tier just because they can build railways, and honestly, by the time you get to late game, you probably have so much land that it becomes kind of a chore to do that. In that regard, I get the kind of not wanting to micromanage that because it's just laborious. There's nothing to it. It's just clicking the button over and over and over and over. I would put them in C tier because they only have one use. They're such a small percentage of the population that it doesn't really matter that they're there. They're not like the artisans who just become dead weight. They're just there and they're not too big of an annoyance. So I'll put them in high B tier. I think they quite belong there. Now we have the clergy. The clergy are some of my favorite pops, which are some of the most useful things you can get in the game. And if I'm not misremembering, I think they can also help with literacy rates. Despite them not really fitting in the historical context within the late game, I get like most of the teaching being done in like religious institutions in like the early 1800s, right? That makes sense. That's pretty accurate. I don't think that was necessarily the most common case in 1936. That's why a lot of mods just change their names to be intellectuals or something, because it's way more accurate. Either way, they deserve their spot in high A tier. Now, I actually like clerks a lot. I think they're very useful because they can work more effectively in factories, and they also give you research points. I don't know if that's true in vanilla actually, so if you're a vanilla player, just ignore what I'm saying. But just the fact that they're more effective at working in factories already lands them in a pretty hard spot. But the fact that they also give research points, it's amazing. They would be the perfect pops, except their promotion rates are really, really low. So you can promote them for like decades and still only have like 15-16%. And that means you can never really get the full potential of their research points. So I put them in mid A tier because at the end of the day, the intellectuals are still better. Now we have the Craftsman, the peak of human evolution. All of humanity and all of society's advancements have all led up to the creation of this man. Without him, your factories would be nothing. Your economy would be in shambles. He is what truly makes a difference between an uncivilized nation and a truly civilized nation. S tier. This man is my king, my lord. My god. If the Craftsman has 1,000,000 fans, I'm one of those. If the Craftsman has 1 fan, I'm that fan. If the Craftsman has 0 fans, I am dead. Right, so to calm down a bit after that, we have the farmer. There's not much to talk about here. He's a majority of your population in the beginning of the game. Probably still the majority of your population by the end of the game, but not by a lot. He's alright, he's just not very good. He's pretty useful, but at last they're much more useful pops. Then we have the laborer, which is pretty much the farmer, but for mining our geos. He's also going in B tier. However, I am putting him above the farmer. It's not necessarily anything inherent to this type of pop. It's solely because mining RGOs are usually way more useful and more profitable than farming RGOs. Then we have the officers. The generals in-game are actually really important. However, they are not officer pops. Officer pops just really give leadership bonus, and they can help you get more generals, but at the end of the day, they're pretty useless. I'll put them in C tier because they're not completely useless like the Aristocrat. Now we have the serfs, which I'm pretty sure are not actually in vanilla. They are terrible. Don't get me wrong, they really are terrible. You want to get rid of them as soon as possible. However, they can be mobilized, which makes them better than the aristocrat, because aristocrats can't. So we're finishing up our list. We have the slave. This is the worst pop in Vicky 2. They're essentially farmers, but 1, they're usually not accepted pops. 2, I'm pretty sure they have a debuff to whatever goods they're making. And 3, possibly the worst thing someone can do. They don't pay taxes. They're literally dead weight on your country. Get rid of them as soon as you can. This is why we should abolish slavery. Not because of morality, not because it's the right thing to do. No, it's because of profit incentives. So at last, we have the soldier. Your country essentially needs these to survive. If you don't have one of these, you can't really do anything. You can't really get any land. You can't expand. You can't defend yourself. You're useless. You're a useless country if you don't have these. And even if you play as a country that doesn't have these, you're usually relying on a country that does. You're usually allying a GP with a huge army and then getting land for yourself. And that huge army is made out of these guys. And plus, they're lower class. So any other pop that's demoting, they can demote to a soldier and becomes the most useful pop in the game. S tier, without a shadow of a doubt. Anyways, Merry Clitmas. I wish you all a Happy New Year's. Though I'll try my best to upload a video before New Year's, so I'll probably wish you a New Year's again. Just to be sure that you do have a nice New Year's. And so, yeah, that's it. Do your homework.